You got to have some sort of intellectual degree to you, but you can't be too intelligent that you're a know-it-all. But then if you don't know much, then your class is dumb.
Oh, yeah. That's. Do you know what that's called? Women logic. It makes no sense. That sentence alone makes no sense. Tell me how that makes sense.
It does make sense.
That's women logic. We are back, people, with another episode. It's your boy Kaireem and Jordan here. Let's go.
Yo.
So people, we are back, with another episode. We're excited to talk about double standards. Ooh, bit controversial. Is that the word?
Yeah, controversial. Yeah, controversy.
Here you go.
Yeah.
As you would expect. That's the whole point, people. We've got a disclaimer on the front of the video for a reason. And the whole point is obviously just to give our opinions, our thoughts. So don't come at us, don't hate on us. It is what it is. That's the whole point, people. It's a podcast. We can talk.
It's an opinion that you just don't judge, basically.
But now this is actually Jordan's episode as well. So
I feel like it's really bad that it's the case of it's my episode for double standards. It feels like I'm just like really critique about it.
No, not at all.
I think it's because I've had personal experience of double standards, not having compromises in the past, which have been resolved later on in the relationship. And then, like you said in previous episodes, like America's like a movie with like too much expectation. It's ridiculous. But
UK people, especially younger generation, get influenced by it too much.
Yeah. Like especially TikTok, just like influencing the crap out of it. So the reason why this episode is here, because I want to get Kaireem's opinion. So I've seen a lot of so going back to relationship episode, and I think there might be another episode that we talk about like USA like college students, like expectations of relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the double standard of what they're expecting in a guy, but at the same time, what are you bringing to the table? So there's a few videos I've seen on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Just kind of want to run through quickly of women's opinions on their expectation. But then there's actual woke women, as they're called, woke women, that are basically realizing that there are other women out there that can't be saying all this jibber jabber, if that's the right way of saying it, when actually, realistically, like you need to have some sort of compromise within the relationship.
Yeah, facts. Someone needs, like, with a relationship, you can't do everything on your own, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to have, like, another person. Like, a male does need a woman, like, and as well as woman needs a male. So there's no point in acting like you could run everything on your own.
So I've heard the idea that relationships should be 50-50.
Facts.
But then I've also seen another video where a married couple for like 12 years said you shouldn't be 50-50, you should be 100-100.
Oh, okay.
So instead of just being like you just doing 50% and I do 50%, make 100, like you should put all your effort in, make 100% all in, I should be 100%. And then it was a case of, with a marriage, I think it was like 25 years of another video I saw. It was like, if you're having a bad day at work and you're like only like 30%, I got to try and make the relationship be the extra 70 or like 40, 60. You get the idea. So what would be your viewpoint on a double standard? How would you abbreviate that personally?
On basis of that relationship thing you just said, or just in general?
Just in general and that.
Oh, okay. Double standards in 2024 has gone crazy. It's gone crazy. It's like heightened so fast, and I don't know how it's heightened up so fast. What I mean by that is a few years back, it probably wasn't that big of a thing. Now it's very like well known, and like it's very pointed out what women do and what men do, and it's crazy. I do think that the older generation got personally, I feel like they got it good. What I mean by good is they know their place. Men know what they need to be doing and their place of life, of how they grew up with their partner. And I feel like women have an understanding of what they need to do in their place in life. Depending what that is, don't like individually say, what would you think by that? What do you mean by that, Kaireem? You mean X, Y, and Z, and the male does X, Y, and Z. No, I'm just saying however they've grown up and the generational that they've grown up in, they understand their place of what a woman needs to do, and a man understood his place of what a man needs to do.
It's less complicated, basically.
Yeah. And like this day and age, it's just gone too far. It's just like we can do everything. I listen, I ain't going to say a woman can do, I'm not going to say a woman can't be what she wants. She could be whatever she wants. She could do whatever she believes she can do. Anyone could do whatever they want. But it's the fact that like, you can't be like, I'm going to run everything and I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Like, obviously, I'm independent. I can do X, Y, Z. A man's going to ruin my flow. They're not like me, a.k.a. the boss bitch. But You need it. You need a man. You need a man as much as a man needs a woman. There's no point acting like all this stuff is all like I'm running my shit and I'm gonna do my own shit. It's just like, bro, it's even if you break it down biologically, a man's body, obviously, our purpose of what we've got is to help a woman, and obviously the woman's gonna help us to reproduce.
Procreate.
Like, so why? Yeah, is reproduce the
Procreate.
right word?
Procreation.
Yeah, but is reproduce the right terminology, or is it
Reproduce.
procreation?
Oh, it's the same thing.
Okay, all right, I thought I was being dumb there.
Procreate is I think it's like the scientific term.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm not gonna go. Listen, I'm not gonna go into like the whole like LGBTQ because that's a different thing.
No, we're not talking about that.
So I'm not gonna expand into that when people go, yeah, but there's people that like same sex. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get
we're
into
not
that.
we're not on about that.
But the whole purpose is that. So like you're there to obviously be together. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. If that made sense.
Yeah. What would you say like you said, like the idea that a woman doesn't need a man, but then the strong male argument is that if males didn't exist in this world, females would struggle horrifically.
The best way to describe that, and I'm so bad at this. I only think of stuff when you like say the questions on the top of my head.
Right.
I don't pre-plan it.
Yeah.
I should pre-plan it. There was a TV show ages ago that came out where they put 5 or maybe 7. I might have been wrong. Maybe like 5 individual men on an island.
Yeah.
I think this is the same island both of them on. So
Yeah,
5
I know which TV show you're on about.
5 men on an island, and then to obviously see if they can survive for a week.
Yeah.
And then they took 5 women on the island to see if they could survive for a week. Same island. I just feel like they separated them.
Yeah, one was on the other side.
Yeah. So that whole premise of like women could run it on their own.
Who was more capable of surviving? But you know the two people that were in the male group, right? You know the 2 male.
I only saw clips on like Facebook. That's how shows you how old I am. I only saw clips on Facebook, so I can't tell you exactly. But the whole purpose was the people that survived and the people that ran it was the men. And they were like building like their own little house, bro.
They were cooking by the night.
In it, they sorted out like a place where they can sleep. And the women, bro, were just like ruining
like
it.
bitching about each other.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
And they would actually like trying to find ways to get into the men's circle and like say, oh, could you help me with this? Can you help me with that? So I'm just saying, like, unless that's a manipulation, I think Bear Grylls ran it. Is it Bear Grylls? Who's the guy?
No.
Like,
It's older than that.
Who's the
there
adventurer?
there was an original TV series of what you're saying.
But isn't it Bear Grylls, that guy, that adventurer that like runs around?
Yeah. He's probably done like a newer series.
It was him though, nah?
No, the original series, and this is how old it is, but the one I've seen where they've originally done it, out of say like the 5 or 6 guys, 2 of those were actually Andrew and Tristan Tate.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
And they were hated like obliviously because they were so like, people were ignoring them and being like, right, you need to do this, you need to do that. And all the guys like, why are you trying to be like the alpha in the group?
No way.
So they did their own thing. I'm pretty sure they teamed up.
Yeah.
Actually had like a better situation, but still helped out with the lads.
Yeah.
And then that's how that was like their first like TV show, like Time to Shine.
No way.
And I think,
no way.
and then Andrew Tate's then first one was Big Brother.
Oh yeah, because I saw a couple of clips of that after.
Yeah. And
that's crazy. No way. Oh, look at that. Oh.
Yeah, man, isn't it?
But yeah. I don't know if it's been manipulated. I don't know if it's like the TV show has designed it so the women fail and the men don't. However, from an outside perspective...
That's an interesting script writer, that is.
Yeah.
Mad.
The outside perspective, I'm just saying the men handled it better than the women.
Yeah. So I've got the following here from another Facebook video, which is the idea of double standards that men have to live with.
Oh, bro, okay.
So I'm going to read these out.
I've noticed, just saying on that, I've noticed how in this current age, do you know how wild it is for a man to be like, you know, let's say I have some standards.
Yeah.
Do you know how wrong and like disrespectful it is in this day and age now? How men can't have standards, but women could be like, I want my man to do this, I want my man to do that. Do you know how crazy that is?
Could you give a standard that you've experienced that a woman didn't like?
I've experienced. I'm just trying to figure out. Have I experienced anything like that?
I've had the typical of going out, and then it was a case of like, oh, who you going out with and where you going? And I'm like, I don't know. But then like, I shouldn't then question the woman going out.
Fair. I think the only thing I can bounce off is probably like people go, what's your type? And I hate to say it, people, I'm a slimmer build. I exercise, I keep in shape. I go like 3 to 4 days a week. It's what I do.
What is your type? Just putting it out there.
No.
What is your type? Go on.
And I'm gonna dig myself a hole here. I would like my woman to be lean. I would like her to be in some sort of shape,
Okay.
and that's my standard.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm correct, the past experience I've had of that is people hate on me because I say that, and they're like, "But you should like lower your standards. Like women come in all shapes and sizes." I'm like, "Oh, they do." But, like,
You'll match the same energy.
yeah. I'm not. I don't want to feel like I'm. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm not into my bigger girls. I'm not into my bigger girls. I like slim girls.
Hmm.
And I tell you why. I've actually done it with big girls and slimmer girls, and it's way better with a slimmer girl, bro.
Okay.
That's my biggest concern. But yeah, man, that's my type. So
Yeah, that's fair.
But what's your question?
So, his question is: it's a script off a woman's Facebook video,
Okay.
basically saying what double standards that men have to deal with that they have to accept, but women inflict.
Okay.
So women put on naturally that men have to just accept.
Okay. Yeah.
And like if a man disagrees, he's like a narcissist. He's like he's stupid. He's an idiot. Men are all the same apparently.
Yeah.
So women are allowed to hit you, but you should never hit them back.
If you're talking about like a pillowcase, yeah, then you can hit me.
But say like if you were on a night out,
Yeah.
and you were like both like some random girl was like drunk trying to chat to you, and you was drunk and you was chatting. If she slaps you, society says you shouldn't slap her back.
Yeah, society says it, but you should do. I actually, know what I mean? If you want to play ball, you want to swing, and you want to go all out, you're gonna get smashed. It's as simple as that. You take what you give. You can't dish it out if you can't have it. Like take it back.
I feel like it's like this whole like salary difference between men and women. It's the idea of like women are arguing that they want the same pay or more pay than men.
Yeah.
So then you're arguing that, but then if you then slap me, what then says I can't slap you back?
Yeah, bro. The whole concept of them like their equality makes no sense.
Society equality is screwed.
Yeah. Facts.
You're a man. You should have all the answers, but if you have all the answers, you are a narcissist.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm not. So this is my perspective. I feel like a man will have the answers based on the experience they have.
Facts. That's
So
what
why
I
would I say what I need to say if I haven't gone through it? And if you don't believe what I'm saying, then that's your problem. When you get hurt by it, that ain't my fault.
I was like, if you don't like my answer, just Google it.
Yeah.
Apparently you're Google because you know everything, so I might as well call you Google.
But it's likewise though, man. I do feel like there's some things women know that men don't know. You know what I mean? They might know something that like, oh, that's quite clever. I wasn't expecting it like that.
If she leaves you after a 6-year-long relationship, she's just doing what's best for her. But if you leave her after 6 years, you're a scumbag. You obviously never cared.
I don't know if I feel like I see that from an outside perspective of like probably like the internet. I don't know anyone personally that I know that's gone through that. But if she does leave you, bro, she probably lost like
interest.
Yeah, she probably lost.
It's the idea that like if you're in a 6-year relationship, like she probably lost interest after like 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Take that back. I know an ex-work colleague who's with a girl after being in a 4-year relationship and she was engaged. Yeah, bro. She was engaged.
What?
Yeah. She was engaged to a guy and she was with this guy. I'm pretty sure it's 4 years. Maybe it could have been a lot longer. And they broke off. She broke off the engagement, and obviously, the kid that I know, the ex-worker, lived in the same flat. Then them two start sleeping together. Now they're in a relationship, and she started getting with him like 2 or 3 months after she broke up. I was like, she ain't into that guy. She never liked that engagement. I was like, she never liked that guy. Never liked.
I'm speechless.
Innit?
That's ridiculous,
bro. My heart will crack if my girl did that and left me. My heart will crack.
Done. You'd be scarred for life.
And it facts.
Make sure you're intelligent. Make sure you're intelligent, or women are going to look down on you. But women who are always right. Hang on, let me start again. So make sure you're intelligent, or women are going to look down on you. But women are always right, so they're going to look down on you anyway.
I don't know if I can bounce off that. I don't know if there's an experience or in general like things I've seen.
So basically, you got to have some sort of intellectual degree to you, but you can't be too intelligent that you're a know-it-all. But then if you don't know much, then your class is dumb.
Oh yeah. That's. Do you know what that's called? Women logic. That it makes no sense. That sentence alone makes no sense. Tell me how that makes sense.
It does make sense.
That's women logic.
Women logic.
That's when they want the cake. Sorry, they want their slice and the cake at the same time.
That's a new term at the moment, like women logic.
Oh, facts, bro. Facts. Oh, I want you to paint that, but don't paint it too much. But if you paint it, it's gonna be too wet. You just can't paint it, but I need you to paint it.
It's
You
like
know how that made no sense?
yeah. It's like when you have a kid and you got like a crib, and it's like I want you to build a crib because you're the man, but because it's our baby, all we want to do like together.
Yeah.
But you're getting a crib built up one way or
Yeah,
another.
yeah.
So you've got the day off, so you should build it because you're the man, so you know the DIY. But then because it's our kid and I want to do everything together, we should do it ourselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then if it goes over, it's like, oh, what, you're not going to wait for me when I get home?
Yeah, bro.
Fucking long.
Bro.
Right. If you're really smart, they're going to see you arrogant and be confident, but your confidence is sexy, but don't be cocky. Do you feel?
Yeah, just like so the smartness. I don't know if that's the smart depends on the terminology or depends on the degree of what topic you're talking about when that person's smart. But that whole like confidence and cocky thing, yeah, man. I like a confident guy. Yeah, then you be confident. Oh, but you're too much. What do you want? Would you want me to speak to you or not? It's like approaching women. They hate that you approach them. Let's say at the gym or on the streets, like what is it? At a bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say a bar,
or like
yeah.
a club. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to talk to you? Like, where are we gonna get? Like, I'm obviously trying to do something here.
Yeah.
Not saying obviously I'm trying to like clap cheeks, but I'm trying to like obviously do what society should be doing, interacting with
That's
humans, speaking. Now you can't do that.
It could certainly turn into an insecurity issue as well with confidence. Because like you say, if you're at a bar and you got a confident bloke and you go to a bar and some like next woman comes over, you're almost gonna be like, oh, she's pretty. Why is she chatting to my man? But it's like it's a case of like you can't view it as a bad thing because at the end of the day, she's a woman, male. They're two human beings at the end of the day. They can have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It's just it drives me insane. You can't do nothing, but then you're in a world, bro, where you're unable to do nothing with women, and then women are getting annoyed that you're not doing nothing with them. You know, but I can't do nothing because you're not allowing me to do anything. It's crazy.
It's long. Basically, this episode is long of just random examples that are just stupid.
But my head just hurts thinking about it.
It's just an unnecessary headache.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see what you say about this, right?
All right.
Okay, so sleep with too many women and you're just a man who's afraid of commitment, but don't sleep enough women and you're less desirable because you are inexperienced.
Oh, facts, bro. Women need to if that's a thing, they need to shut up. Understand this, bro. This is 100% true. Yeah. It is. Oh, I had it so good. I was gonna like had it on the tip of my tongue. It's the whole point of where if a man sleeps with loads of women, he's a player, and if a woman sleeps with a load of men, we're doing it on a basis on people like the opposite sex. So we're just gonna go on that angle for this whole like episode. If people don't understand, but yeah. So if a man sleeps with a lot of women, he's a player. If a woman sleeps with a lot of men, she's a hoe. Yeah, it's facts. It's kind of on that premise.
And do you know why that is?
It's 100%, bro. Do you know how hard it is for a man to pull a girl? Do you know
Hallelujah.
how hard it is
Hallelujah.
for a man to pull a girl? It's all about practice, and obviously everyone, bro. This is what I'm gonna expand on this now. So, bro. Every man, whenever you grow up, especially with your brothers and like people you speak to, your friends, it's all about the rejection. Oh, bro, it's all about that's the game, man. You're supposed to get rejected. The more you get rejected, the better you get at it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, bro. So if you're doing that, and you can obviously sleep with a lot of girls, and at the same time you're doing well, your approach to how to speak in the game.
You get brownie points for that, bro.
What do you mean?
Like you get like chatting to women, like get that confidence.
Yeah. It's better, bro. That's the whole because it's unless you're like a really good looking lad, like a really, really good looking lad, it's gonna be hard. The game's hard.
Yeah.
The game's hard, man. But women, realistically, it don't even matter if you're big, don't even matter if you're skinny, don't even matter if you're tall, don't even matter if you're like average height. You're always getting clapped. Men will always clap you. It's standard. And obviously it's a lot simpler for you. All you gotta do is open your legs. So if you're smashing bare guys, you're the issue, man. You're the problem. So if a guy's not obviously hitting so many girls like that, and they're like, oh, that's your insecurity. I'm like, nah, man. Like, you just need to fix your life because if you're opening your legs to everyone, you're the problem. That's my viewpoint of it. But facts. That's why a man's a player, man.
So going back to what you were saying with when I was saying about the videos of like it being 50-50, 100-100, and the older generation making it seem a lot less complicated.
Yeah.
Where do you think it all stemmed from with double standards? Like, at what point did you realize in your life, personally, or just society as a whole?
Do you know what? I wish I couldn't. I wish I could say, but I have no idea. It's kind of like
What
um,
hasn't helped?
you could blame it on social media.
I think social media is like the core reason.
So my point. So yes and no. So I feel like the reason why social media was a problem, or may have caused a problem of it, it was it's based on the fact that more people are being consumed to it.
Yeah.
So like, let's say if you're gonna release a song, in like years ago, you would obviously have like, I say years ago, not too that far back, you would have like CDs. You have to go into the corner of your street and
Yeah.
hand CDs to people. Now you can just put it on a digital platform and it's reaching thousands of people. So instead of reaching like hundreds of people when you have a CD, but like, oh, hey, I've just dropped new music that people know you in your town, you're now connecting to the whole world. Yeah. So it's like that. Social media may have obviously consumed more consumers to see things, but I don't know if it was the main point. I don't know if it's the main purpose or why it's adapted into this whole like double standard kind of thing. That's my point. What's your thoughts on it?
It's just long. It's just long. I think double standards shouldn't even be like. I think it should be the case in society where like it's not even like a thought to reconsider, if that's a way of putting it.
Yeah.
It should just be a natural thing of just
Yeah.
like double standards. Like you do that thing, you should accept this situation.
Yeah.
A trend I've seen a guy on TikTok do. He's gone around to girls on like the Santa Monica Pier, or just places in America, and they've done it in London and other places in the UK. Said, does height matter?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, it matters. And he's like, here's a scale, step on it. And then it's like, you don't know, he can't do that. He's like, you've just judged a guy for his height.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But then you can't sound. Oh, you can't judge a woman for her weight. You can't
Yeah.
judge a guy for his height.
Yeah.
Why is it? I don't get. It's always like if you are a female that is like 22 and below watching this, unfortunately, it is your category of age. It is your age category. But like, I don't get it. I don't get why it's right in one aspect, but then as soon as you're then challenged on the other side, it's a problem.
I think that's a perfect example. I can't really describe how society thinks that's all right. And it's weird that people think it's a normal custom and we should just get along with it and we should just go along with it. I find that so baffling. And talking about, you said the older generation when I referenced it, it's because like I watched a bit of this video actually. To expand on that, I watched a bit of a video before we did this recording where basically there was a bodybuilder and she got introduced to this guy who in the 90s used to get women to wrestle. So
Right.
what he would do, he would get people in the back of his garden or whether it was in his house. This was a married man as well. Get buffed women massively in shape,
Yeah.
obviously bodybuilders, and wrestle. And he got this lady called Sally to obviously get involved, to obviously start doing it. And he was interviewed because there was a documentary about it. The reason why I'm saying it is because that was norm. Like for when he did that to make money, and that was just a normality for
Well, yeah,
it.
as a business or whatever.
And the women will wrestle men only. But when he was in a documentary and they were interviewing him, he was like, "What, fetish? Would I call that a fetish?" He goes, "No, that's not something I would say or describe it back then. It's just what we did, and no one had a problem with it.
Well,
I
yeah.
wouldn't really call it a fetish." But what I'm trying to say is, it's the whole customality of like people just did what they did. Like, you know how comedians say jokes,
Yeah.
and the people are, "Oh, it's just a joke," and they move on with it. It's the fact that as time's gone on, and obviously the same thing as I said, women just knew their place and men just knew their place, and life just worked and things just went on. As time's gone on, it's how like heightened of how like you can't do that now, how touchy-feely things are, how now I feel like the heighten of double standards has become such a bigger thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, no, women do this, or women can do this, or women are allowed to do this, but men have an issue of this, men have an issue of that, or men can't do this, men can't do that. And it's blown up to this thing, like you said, if it's height an issue. Yeah, it is. Okay, here's a scale, your weight. Well, what do you mean? What do you mean? It's like, well, first thing first, you can change that. And 2, I can't change my height. That's my genetics. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, it's literally what a guy said with the weight thing, like with
Yeah.
the video. Like, that's literally how he said it.
I hope that all made sense. If you got what I
I
meant.
got it. So I'm gonna play you a video. I'm gonna show it on the screen in the middle. I'm gonna get Kaireem to watch it and then get his opinion on it.
No.
So I'll play it to the microphone as well, so you can hear it.
Yep.
It as a conversation.
Oh,
When you bring
Men never say what's on their mind, but they will say once you bring up what you're unhappy about. You will think everything is fine. It could be fine for months, but you bring up one thing that you want them to change. All of a sudden, the floodgates open on everything they're apparently unhappy about that they've expressed zero concern about for months.
The reason why men won't bring up what they're unhappy about is because women will see it as an attack and they'll play the victim or say that it's not their problem. It turns into an argument. Even worse is when it gets weaponized against him later on. And most likely, in the end, he's the one that ends up apologizing for expressing what he's unhappy about. But when this happens over and over again, that man learns that it's just better to bottle it up. So for men that have experienced this, which is most men, they view it as a conversation. When you bring up something that you're unhappy about, he feels like there's an opening for him to bring up what he's unhappy about. Ladies, if your man is doing this, instead of it being one more thing that he's doing,
Yeah. Do you know how true that is, man? It's why women may be like, I want my man to open up. That's cool. You want your man to open up. Your man can open up, yeah? But you know for a fact, if he was like that all the time, coming back to you every single week, oh, babe, work stressful, you're going to get bored of it.
Yeah.
You're going to get bored of it, and as time goes on, you're going to be like, oh, that's not the person I want to be with. Because the image you're attracted to, which the same thing men are attracted to, you like someone who's obviously taking charge and something that's like someone that's like protecting you. Some men do like women that are like, oh, do you want me to like cater to you to that? It's attractive. It's not the fact that we want women to be like that. Because if the man came back every single week that's going, moaning and crying, obviously saying work stressful, this stressful, life stressful, and all this stuff, over time they're not going to find that attractive, because the reason why they got with them was obviously most likely to do with obviously the manliness, the protectiveness, the confidentness, the sort of like dominance of that sort of aspects is what you found attractive. So that's the reason why men don't open up, because if they did, they know what I actually said. You're going to victimize the whole thing. You're going to manipulate the whole thing. And obviously the blame's on them. That's one factor. And 2, if over time, if that kept on happening, you're going to find a man attractive.
Do you reckon it's based on like assumption then? Because the idea of, the assumption that if you don't open up, then you clearly got it under control, or the case of, it's kind of weird how to word it, but like the assumption that because you're bottling it up, like you've got it under control, but then you got assumption that if, like you say, like they're always going on like, oh, I can't do this, can't do that, and whatever, you're going to leave. So it's the assumption of like, is it just based on like first judgment, I guess, on how like a guy deals with it?
Or like why get by having those bad news?
Yeah.
So I think it's just based on judgment. I think naturally, it must be like the society men live in, that when bad news happens, they don't need to obviously tell it to their girl. I don't know why. There must have been something that they've obviously been they must have seen something. Something must have happened in their time when they've gone, all right, this information, I'm gonna take it on. I'm just gonna obviously keep on going, and no one needs to know about it. Another factor could be like, let's say a household, and you're the only person who's bringing in the income.
Yep.
If you crack, your income cracks, and then if your income cracks, the rest of it cracks. So I think it's also the responsibility. It's the fact that the workload you and me put in. Yeah. I need to get it done. I need to be successful. It's not the fact that I need to tell people whether I'm feeling upset.
Yep.
There's no other choice, but I got to keep on doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's the fact that he doesn't want to open up. It's the fact that if a man was obviously having issues and obviously stuff was happening with him, he's going, I know I can't tell her because I need to keep this shit together because I got to keep on doing what I'm doing. And if he was the main household income, my money relies on everything. I need to make sure the bread comes in. She doesn't know about it. She doesn't need to know about it.
So to wrap it up, one question.
Yeah.
In your eyes, does double standard exist?
Oh, facts, bro!
But then counterpart that, do you think it exists fairly? or do you think it's fair, or do you reckon it's corrupt?
Double standard exists. It is 100% unfair. And all you need to know about is Johnny Depp. Facts.
There you go.
If you want to know about it, go check out Johnny Depp's Amber Heard lawsuit. Is it lawsuit? Is that
Yeah, like the court case.
Yeah, court case. There's a documentary now live on Netflix about it, if you didn't know.
And a man finally wins an
Go check-
argument, as they say on the internet.
Same with Jonathan Majors. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's all I can say. Double standards exist, and look at that.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Double Standards episode. I wanted to get Kaireem's thoughts on it. It's a big debate in my mind. I think it's a big debate in Mel's perspective on like what's right and what's wrong, what's considered too offensive, what's considered the moral way of going around in relationships, or just trying to date in general, I guess.
Facts.
You know that a little bit, don't you, on the dating side?
Yeah.
And I know on the relationship side, so it's kind of interesting to see how you view that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yep.
Nice little quick episode. I hope
100.
this is a little quick episode, maybe. Don't know. But yeah, if you like it, subscribe.
Facts.
You're gonna do that.
Yeah, now keep doing, bro. Keep going, bro.
I can't remember.
I'm just trying to think of like words.
Subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Like the video.
Do so.
Comment your feedback.
Good comment.
Potentially on SoundCloud.
Yep.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Do you want me to say it?
Check the link. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the spot.
All right, people, this is the end of episode of Double Standards, as Jordan said. And obviously, as Jordan preached about, he just wanted to get my opinion. So we've got to give him props. And give yourself props for watching it, engaging on it, as you know, commenting on it, as you should be doing. If you're not doing, what are you doing? All right?
You're living on a rock.
Facts. But now do subscribe, do hit that notification button. We're trying to reach 100 subscribers in September. We're moving a little bit slow. I'm not going to lie. We are moving a little bit slow. I think I was the one who preached out 500.
I'm keeping quiet.
Yeah.
It's all good. Just keep going, keep watching,
Facts.
keep enjoying
Facts.
the episodes.
Just keep doing it, bro. I got you, bro.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, we're ending
Have a
it,
good
yeah.
day, whatever you're doing, and yeah, hopefully catch you in the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.
I got you, bro. Just keep going.